Chair will ask members to please take your seats and pay due attention to the gentleman at the microphone, Mr. Henriquez of Boston.
Thank you, Speaker, and through you to the members. I'd like to thank the gentleman from Haverhill and the Speaker for making a commitment to our communities that funds collaboration between stakeholders that may never come together otherwise. I want to speak to you today about the Shannon Grant. With the $2.5 million in supplemental budget and $3 million in this amendment, dozens of cities and towns will be improved. Thousands of families enhanced, thus making a Commonwealth a better place for us all. I would also like to thank the gentleman from New Bedford, who has been a champion for the Charles E. Shannon Grant, and my colleagues from Boston and beyond. I represent the working class residents of the 5th Suffolk District of Boston, where I've lived my entire life. And I came of age between two times. The time before video games, yes, I am that old, when kids played in the streets from sunup until the streets came on, and that was the time you had to be home, was when the streetlights came on. A time when neighbors knew your name and who your parents were. Unfortunately, in many of our cities, the crack epidemic quickly changed this environment that we once knew. With it came gangs, guns, and youth violence. In 1991, in Boston, the homicide rate reached 151. I was 15 years old at the time, and even a young man like me, raised in a loving household with two hardworking parents, was exposed to the reality of gang and gun violence, often tempted by fast money, peer pressure, or the camaraderie that gang life offers while parents are at work. In reaction to this violence, residents, clergy, law enforcement, and government partnered together to make an impact. In Boston, this impact was labeled the Boston Miracle and became a national model. However, the real miracle is the work that takes place each day that is funded by the Shannon Grant. Organizations like the Louis D. Brown Institute in Boston and the Hope Collaborative in New Bedford offer alternatives to violence and gang life through training, personal development, and employment. I know these programs work because I know these young men and women. I have heard their testimonies. I have worked as a youth worker in these programs. I have been where they are. I wish that youth today could grow up in the days of old when this would never be a topic. I wish we had a budget that allowed us to adequately fund every line item to improve the quality of life for each resident we all represent. Unfortunately, we don't have that budget, and unfortunately, youth violence is a reality. But I strongly believe that funding for the Shannon Grant is a cost-effective violence prevention method that will help cities and towns across the Commonwealth that are dealing with the similar issues get back to the days of old. It is my wish that you join me in adopting this amendment. Thank you.
Taken by a call of the yeas and nays. All's joining with him will please stand. First Division, 14, Second Division, 15. There be sufficient number having stood. When a vote is taken, be taken by a call of the yeas and nays. Roll call will be called forthwith and will remain open for 4 minutes. Court office will summons the members and tell them that a roll call is in progress, which will remain open for 4 minutes.
The chair would inform the members that dinner is available in the members' lounge and that the House will be recessing until the hour of 7:30 p.m.